The Vols have just lost the 10th straight time in the swamp. We're here for the State of the Vols. DDS coming at you.
Welcome, all you beautiful orange and white fans. This is DDS Sports Talk.
Like we're right here in the stadium.
Right here in Neyland Stadium, as you can see. I'm Blake Melton. This is Bradley Newbay here in the DDS studios. Welcome to another edition of DDS Sports Talk. We're going to be talking about the state of the Tennessee Vols football program after week 3 here this season. Newbay, something just hasn't quite felt right so far this year with the Vols.
I don't know if I agree.
Okay.
I'll kind of take it from a different first thought.
Sure.
I think all things are coming back to normal.
Okay.
I really think that maybe, unfortunately, last year was the surprise. And things may be settling back down into a normal state. Normal doesn't have to be bad.
Sure.
I'm just saying the perfect storm of the coach, Hendon Hooker, just seemed to just be fantastic last year. I'm not saying that the Vols are bad this year. I just think that they were better last year.
I think, okay. I will say what you're wanting to say.
I don't want to call them bad.
As a Tennessee fan, I will say what you were trying to say without fear of retribution. Guys, Tennessee overachieved last year. Okay? I think it's okay. It's okay. It's what Brad's saying. Look, we had the perfect storm of really good offensive line play, really good skill players, and a excellent quarterback. With the perfect offense
excellent
for them.
College quarterback.
Yeah.
We'll see about the NFL.
I think it's fair to say. So this is my thing. Right now, the Tennessee Vols have a problem. They do not have the ability on the offensive line to protect anybody. If you've watched any of our shorts here lately, Brad hit it right on the head. I don't think that Joe Milton has done anything in particular to really say that this is all blamed on quarterback play.
Nope. And I'm not the UT apologist. I'm looking at it with the glasses of Florida Gators of all teams.
Yeah.
And I don't see Milton being the problem.
Right.
Sorry, I don't.
So this is my thing. You know, I've been telling Brad this whole time, I said, the offense, the play calling just looks different, right? It just looks different. Mm-hmm. And on Vol calls here recently this last week, I think that Josh Heupel let in on the fact that he thinks it's the offensive line is not giving Joe Milton enough time to be able to drop back and throw the ball. I mean, we saw what happened during the Florida game whenever he tried to drop back and throw one deep, and he tried to force one in there, but the interior of the offensive line just completely collapsed, and it caused Joe Milton to just get absolutely obliterated,
causing the ball went to the damn moon.
Exactly, causing the ball to just fly straight up in the air.
Landed softly in the DB's
exactly.
hands.
And look, I don't blame Joe Milton. I mean, you can blame Joe Milton. I think you have every right to blame him for that pass. But at the same time, as a quarterback, he's trying to make something happen for his team in that moment. But it seems to me that they have an issue because we know they have the skill players, but it just doesn't seem like they quite have that firm foundation up front this year. You know, they haven't had Cooper Mays at center.
No,
they had a brand new center.
He didn't play one snap against the Gators.
Right. And Gerald Mincy, we found out, violated a team rule before the Florida game. He got caught after curfew with possession of something that he should not have been caught in possession of. So he had to serve some sort of a in-house suspension there. So those are our two best offensive linemen. They haven't really played any this year, apparently. They didn't play in the biggest game of the year so far. Not saying that that's the reason that we lost to Florida. We didn't play well enough to beat Florida. And that's kind of been the story of the year. We just haven't really, I mean, like Brad said, we've been all right. We've been good, I guess, but just comparative to last year, it's kind of hard to say that you're even close to last year.
You've come back down to UT Vols.
To earth.
To Vols football. I mean, last year was great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Gators are good.
Well, that's the frustrating
really don't.
part. Is Tennessee lost to a bad team?
I don't think the Gators.
They look bad against a bad team. I mean, we can call a spade right now. The Tennessee defense is awful right now.
So you're talking about offensive line.
Well,
I've been saying, what about the defensive line letting Trevor Etienne run wild? Jeez.
Yeah, it is 100% true to say that Tennessee's defense is not any better so far than it was last year. It may be worse. And a lot of it is small things like tackling, form tackling, not bumping into him like Brad's talking about.
They tried to.
It was horrible.
Bump him.
It wasn't even his shoulder. It was like his back almost. He bumped him with his back. And it's like, bro, come on, step in there, get your head in there. I don't know, man. There's been a lot of problems this year. I can't say. I mean, I don't know that I expect. All the crazy Vols fans, saying that they're going to win, 10, 11, 12 games this year. I think that was pretty far-fetched from the very beginning.
Oh, I didn't get the stats about what we three said.
I know. I'd love it. You'll have to. I'll tag it in the video here.
SEC
you guys go back and see our SEC East prediction show.
Gosh, I can't remember.
I think that there's still a chance to have a good year here. I still think that 8-9 wins is still a great year for Tennessee. I'm going to be honest with you too. If Tennessee can get their stuff together, look, they've all of a sudden brought Florida back into the mix, but look,
they're not in the mix.
but look, Florida did not look good. Georgia did not look good in their last game. They did not look like Georgia. I'm not saying they're beatable. I'm just saying that they seem like they let a team that should not have been in the game hang around.
I see a team in the SEC East that continues to win and won on a 60-yard field goal. Your boys at Missouri.
I don't even want to talk about
Missouri Tigers.
No, in Missouri, you belong in the Big 12. Go to the Big 12. Go away. Yeah, I know. Tennessee fan, blah, blah, blah.
Vandy's been putting up some points here early. Look, man, this is not a Vanderbilt Commodore.
No, podcast. 100%. But look, I mean, the thing is, though, is Tennessee's got to get back to what they do. They got to run the ball more, in my opinion. How do they remedy this? I think they run the ball more. They let those big fat boys up front. If they're not any good at pass pro, let them get out there and bust some heads. Let them get out there and plow the road.
Remind me, did we see Milton run much against the Gators? We did
not. And
is that supposed to be a thing?
That is the running game, quarterback running game with Milton is going to be different because it's not that he's slow. He's just not shifty.
Yeah.
If you get him a straight line going with his running, I think that he's probably actually pretty fast, but he's not shifty the way that Hendon Hooker was.
I think it may have thrown the Gators off a little bit. They were keying in on, looked like running backs only. They were kind of taking out your tight ends, which ended up being in the blocking scheme.
Yeah.
They were crashing.
Yeah.
There was no thought of Milton sneaking out the back door, which I thought that may have happened. I was scared to death. I thought he would just pull it and go, and I'm like, oh no, we got nobody back there.
One of the plays that they ran, I do believe is in this game. I could be wrong. I could be thinking about the wrong game here, but you just tell me if I am, Newberry. One of the plays that they ran was a freaking option. I thought it worked great. They ran a straight option, I believe. Oh, no, this is the wrong game, guys. I already know what it was. That was the Titans. The other
Ryan Tannehill.
I was just shocked. But to be honest with you, I think that is a play that they probably could run with Milton, just as bait, because I think he could take a hit. Right. He's a big dude. But
so we talked about this post game. Do they stay with it? Is it time to let the young boys grow up?
Is it Nico time?
I'm on the as a non-Vol fan, I'm still on the side of Milton, I think.
I still think Joe Milton still gives you the best opportunity to win at the moment.
It's too early to throw in the towel, I think.
Yeah, I think you're sending the wrong message to your team if you do that. And again, I don't think Joe has done anything particularly bad. I mean, it's
but then I'm like, what's the point of playing him if you're just going to win 8 games?
I get it.
Let Nico win 8 games.
I get it, and they've already announced Nico is not redshirting.
Okay,
so I can see both sides of the argument for sure here. I think that at least for the foreseeable future, you might as well just let Joe play. But I think that if this continues the way it is, I think it's going to be Nico time sooner than later. And honestly, Nico is a lot more like Hendon Hooker was as far as his shiftiness and his ability to, because this is Joe's biggest issues. He can't throw on the run. He just doesn't have that ability. He's not accurate when he throws on the run.
You talking about touch?
Yes, he has no touch. Nico has demonstrated in the few times that we've seen him that he can throw on the run, and he might actually be more accurate when he throws on the run.
I'll tell you what I did see that I liked. And this is, again, remember, not the UT fan, but I witnessed Joe Milton reading his progressions.
Yeah.
I saw him go from 1 to 2 to the tight end to 3, and then he looked all the way back to the left for the running back. I didn't see that last year.
No.
Or the year before. I mean, that was impressive by itself, but you're right about his touch,
if he has to move, it's
throwing
a problem.
The ball.
Yeah, it's a problem.
But just wanted to give you some props there that I noticed.
Yeah. I don't think it's time to pull the ripcord yet. I really don't. All you Negavols out there, just chill out for a little bit. We can still have a good season here.
How's Coach doing? Everybody good with Coach?
Everybody's fine with Coach.
Everybody's good with
Everybody's good with Coach. I think that it's becoming obvious, though, that he's got to start looking towards the future on offensive linemen. The cupboard, particularly after this year, is going to be pretty bare. Most of the offensive line right now are seniors, and they're going to be gone. And we only have a few guys that are really ready behind him, or behind the starters, to come in and actually play as young guys. So really and truly, the issue we're having right now, as we stated in the beginning, was depth. It's always been a Tennessee problem. Josh Heupel's done a fairly good job so far restocking the cupboard, but there's still these big prized offensive linemen. They are hard to come by, but hey, we just got to keep plugging away there on the recruiting trails, and eventually that'll get taken care of. Because I mean, look, if you're a really good offensive lineman, I think you could make a name for yourself at Tennessee.
Just real quickly here in the last 2 minutes or so, let's look ahead. We've got a whole month in a row, basically at home. We got the Roadrunners.
Yep.
From Texas San Antonio. Yep. I'm very confident in that game. You and Parker were not. You're kind of iffy.
Worries me.
At home, September 30th against South Carolina at home. Looks like you have a break in there, and then you come back at home against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So a month. You have a month at home.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think you need 3-0, even with that Texas A&M thing.
Yeah, we really do. We need we need 2 SEC wins. We really do. Is the big thing, because those 4 games there: South Carolina, Texas A&M, Alabama, Kentucky.
Oh no, the road stuff is where we kind of mentioned some mind traps. Alabama on the road, and then the letdown game at Kroger Field.
That's always a letdown game for Tennessee. It for sure is.
And then you'll get back up for, I'm sure that's homecoming. UConn.
Yeah. I mean,
you need to handle your business at home right here.
Well, you said it right there. Business. You got to handle your business. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and you got to show up to play these teams that are pretty good teams, right? And I think if they do that, and if everybody just kind of does their job, I think everything will be just fine.
You got the whole season in front of you.
Yeah.
You lost for the 10th straight time in the swamp.
Yep.
So who cares? That was yesterday.
Well, and
look ahead to what's in front.
A lot of really good teams at Tennessee who had really good seasons have lost in the swamp. For whatever reason, that is a mental block that Tennessee has. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, they still have the keys. They still have the ball is in their court. They're still in control of their own destiny. They just have to go out there and do it. They just got to do what they do, really and truly. It's all there is.
Go win. Tighten up the defense a little bit.
Absolutely.
Tighten up.
Not yet. Guys, down in the comments, tell me what you think about this Tennessee situation. Is their season kind of meh at this point? Is it Nico time? Is it time for them to throw in the towel and put him in? Or should they just stick it out with Joe and just try to make the best out of this year? Because quite honestly, it looks like the ball's in their court still. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, share this with all your friends. Until next time, go Big Orange.